Well, hello, Canadian Campaholic here on a very scorchingly hot late July day. It's about 106 degrees Fahrenheit with the humidity here today. Whew! Thank goodness we have an awning out here. Just taking a quick coffee break and wanted to touch base with you guys to celebrate a bit of a milestone for the channel. So my little camping channel, which has been around since I don't know, 2014, 2015, somewhere like that, has now officially hit 4,000 subscribers. So a massive thank you for that. In the grand scheme of YouTube, 4,000 is not really a lot, but for my pokey little camping channel, that's pretty cool, actually. Not too long ago, I found that there's a spot when you have a YouTube channel where you can actually click and go through the list of your subscribers. A lot of folks just have their face as their profile picture. I don't think I got through the full list, but I was scrolling through, and it was very humbling. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around, that many people and what that looks like in terms of support. But once you really start scrolling through the list and seeing all of the individual people that have clearly liked some of my content enough to want to subscribe and keep coming back, is very gratifying. Very, very humbling. So thank you very, very much. Am I monetized? Yes, absolutely. I do get a small amount of money each month from that monetization. Certainly not enough to retire from or quit my day job, but it really does help offset, repair costs, gas costs, and allows us to continue getting out there camping and continue maintaining the trailer and sharing content with you. So a massive thank you. The channel started because I had a background in radio and TV originally, and I was new to RVing. We had a pop-up camper at that point, and I was looking online for some advice videos, and there wasn't much around in those days, and a lot of the videos I found really weren't that great. And I had learned some lessons myself along the way, and I thought I would share that knowledge, never intending for it to be a channel with subscribers and anything like that, anything serious. Just a hobby, really, and it has continued to this day. The other piece of news I would share is that we are going to do Thanksgiving camping again this year. We did that for the first time last year. Canadian Thanksgiving, I should clarify, which is in October. And the place where we board our Great Dane, we have a 6-year-old Great Dane, Gracie, weighs 120 pounds. She can't fit in the camper. The camper itself is just not really big enough for her. There's no slide out, so if she got in the camper, she'd have a real hard time turning around. And she's getting old, and she's got some health problems. Anyway, the place where we normally board her is closed for the month of October. And I'm not going to get into why we can't board her anywhere else. Don't need to get into that. But we need to take Gracie camping with us. Now, we took her camping when she was a pup twice. The second time she came with us, she got her head in what could only be described as a nest of ticks. She was smothered in them. She stuck her head into some bushes and came out with it, like just smothered in these deer ticks, which I think are the ones you got to be careful of. But anyway, we tried to pick all the ticks off of her. We took her to the vet. They tried to make sure that they caught all of them, and they didn't. They missed one, and Gracie ultimately got Lyme disease and got a little bit sick from it. That was a long time ago. So ever since then, just because of her size, because of that experience, we take her to an amazing local kennel. She has a wonderful time, and we go camping. Not an option for October. So it's going to be very, very interesting. And the reason I'm sharing this is because it's going to require me to sleep in a tent. There isn't really room to have her in the camper. I'm not going to make one of my kids sleep in a tent in the freezing cold. And if you know anything about Great Danes, they always kind of pick a person. They pick one person in the family as like their main connection, and that happens to be me. So we have a little optimistically called 3-man tent. And I'm going to use that in October. Now, it could be really warm, or it could be cold and rainy and pretty terrible. And I have not tent camped since 2013, I think. So this is going to be an interesting experience. My wife and kids will be cozy in the camper with the furnace and the plumbing and all the rest of it. And I'll be in a sleeping bag with a Great Dane in a tent. Not to mention with a dog that big, you got to make sure you're keeping your campsite clean. If she goes to the bathroom, you got to keep her on leash at all times. So that will be an interesting trip, and we'll bring you along and share that experience with you at the very least to give you some laughs. Certainly not to be an instructional video. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up because, as usual, I am rambling. And thank you very, very much again for your support as the channel continues to grow. And who knows, maybe soon we'll be celebrating 8,000 subscribers or 10,000. Well, no, it's taken me this many years to get to 4,000, so it could be a while. Maybe we'll celebrate for every 1,000. How does that sound? Anyway, thanks so much. Hope you're having a wonderful camping season. We'll talk to you later.